Coach, this is a team you guys obviously know very well, but in the playoffs, things can be different. But what are some of the keys for you guys coming into this series?
Yeah, obviously, going 3-1 against them in the regular season has no bearing in the playoffs. I think maybe it gives our guys a little bit of confidence. We've done a decent job of guarding Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum, but right now, Damian's taking his game to another level. So when you think about them, the three-point shooting, I think they're second in the playoffs right now in their three-point percentage. Lillard's shooting the ball extremely well and from really, really deep. So obviously our pickup points for him would have to be great. You worry about the scoring in the paint during the regular season. They scored 55.5 a game against us in the paint, which is not where we want to be. And the rebounding. They are one of the elite rebounding teams in the NBA, and Cantor on the glass, 6 offensive rebounds a game against us, and they generate a lot of second chance points. So 3-point, paint, and keep them off the glass will be probably 3 of the bigger defensive keys.
Where is Lillard's game elevated here in the playoffs?
They've gotten away from some of their movement stuff. When you play them in the regular season, a lot of continuity, but he's getting 32 screen and rolls per game in the playoffs. That is a very, very high number. And obviously, he gave OKC fits in the high pick and roll, the step up, the side pick and roll. So you have to give him different looks. The fact that he's made, I think, 8 threes outside of 30 feet in the playoffs is just kind of mind-boggling. We all saw that game winner from, 38 feet, whatever it was. And his isolations have gone up. So the ball's in his hands. Right now they are a one-on-one team. What I mean by that is I think they're last in the playoffs in assists. So the ball's in Dame's hands, CJ's hands, and those guys are looking to score, and they're doing it very, very well. So we're gonna have our hands full trying to guard that backcourt, one of the more talented backcourts in the entire NBA.
Relative to what he did against some other teams, you guys did a pretty good job on him in the regular season. I think he only averaged 21.5 on 37%. What are the keys when you have defended him well that you think there can be some carryover with?
Well, our three-point defense against them in the regular season was phenomenal. And you look at the numbers as a whole, and for Lillard and McCollum especially, just not giving them good looks from 3, making them play inside the arc, making them play in the paint, and hopefully contesting some of their mid-range shots. We put Lillard on the foul line too much in the regular season. That's why his numbers were up. But yeah, I told our guys yesterday, we did a hell of a job guarding them and taking away the 3-point shot. But we've got to do a better job. We took away the 3, but we exposed the paint. They kicked our butts on the glass. And obviously that was probably one of the more disappointing things in the first round was that I think we only won the rebounding battle twice. And on the regular season, we were one of the best rebound teams in the league. So it'll be another great challenge. And it's not just Cantor. Obviously Amin is playing at a high level right now. Mo Harkless, impacts the game with his rebounding, and guys off the glass as well, guys like Collins and Leonard. So, but yeah, we did a good job regular season, but it's a whole different Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum right now.
From just a rest, health, and even a scouting perspective, what's hard about turning around in 48 hours or less than that?
The demands that were just placed on guys for 7 games. They won their series in 5 games, and they've been kind of waiting to see who they played, getting their bodies right, getting their minds right, and we've been in the foxhole, and fighting and trying to survive. So you had a quick day yesterday, mental day, and today's shoot-around was more mental than physical, trying to turn the page. The good thing is we played the Blazers twice in the last week of the season. We have great familiarity with their team and their personnel, and now it's a matter of just going out there and getting that urgency back up, the emotions of the game. And when you come off of a Game 7, you can't have any hangover. You've got to have that same sense of urgency that you had in the first round.
You had talked about, Coach, how you guys are young. What did you learn from your guys in winning that series that can carry over?
That we don't use being young as an excuse. We haven't used it all year. Going into the year, we were the second youngest team in the NBA, and we had the second best record in the West. And a lot of people made more of it than we did. I wasn't worried about us being young. And I think you saw a lot of guys. Nikola Jokic, first time in the playoffs, historical type numbers. Jamal Murray and our 4 wins in the playoffs, including Game 7, was phenomenal. So what I learned was our young guys are becoming men, and they were not afraid of the moment. They were not afraid of the opportunity, and a lot of guys stepped up. From guys that were in the G League last year, like Torrey and Monte, to guys that were out of the rotation last year, like Malik Beasley. and to our star players. I mean, you had a lot of young guys grow up and take advantage of their first playoff test.
Gary Harris came into the league with a reputation as a solid perimeter defender, but where have you seen him grow, even over the last few seasons? Is it kind of just the experience that you gain as an NBA defender? What have you seen in his growth?
Yeah, his background, I used to love watching him at Michigan State, his ability to guard, and not just his ability to guard, but his desire to guard, the pride he takes in that end. And he's a guy that I trust every single night to go out there and defend at a high level. How has he improved? I think he's gotten stronger. I think that's helped him become a better NBA defender, playing against grown men. And I also think just learning the league and being more disciplined. Who am I guarding? What are their tendencies? What are his go-to moves? And that's what allows good defenders to become great defenders. Studying the opponent, studying their matchup, and knowing how they can make things difficult and make them play to hopefully not their strengths.
You often talk about Steph Curry and how Jamal can take bits and pieces of Steph's game, moving without the ball, just continuing to play. Is there stuff that Jamal can take from Damian Lillard and sort of incorporate into his game?
Yeah, I think when you play the same position that Steph Curry and Damian Lillard and Jamal do, you always want to learn from the best and take from the best. And last year, remember in the summertime, spending time with Jamal and talking about he dribbles too much last year. He's pounding the air out of the ball. He sometimes give it up and cut. And we watched him with Steph Curry doing that. Damian Lillard obviously doesn't move as much off the ball like Steph Curry does, but he's a guy who's his ball handling, his ability to finish at the rim. I think Jamal can definitely take from all those guys to help him become the best Jamal Murray that he can be.
With Canner not at 100%, and obviously they don't have Nurk, do you expect them to throw a lot of doubles Nikola's way? And would you like how he kind of navigated those doubles in that last series against San Antonio?
We're going to see everything. I mean, 7-game series, two teams that know each other well, whether Cantor is hurt or not. They're going to give Nikola different looks. We expect them to double team him at times, and I'm sure there'll be times where they're playing straight up. I don't think you can give any great player a steady diet of one thing. And if they want to double, have at it. I mean, if you watched the San Antonio series closely, they stopped doubling him for a reason. He picked people apart, and games, I think it was 3, 4, and 5, we made 15, and 14 threes. And after that, you could tell they said, we're going to play this guy one-on-one. And he had 43 points. So, good luck. Do whatever you want to do. Nikola's seen every kind of coverage and double team before. Now it's a matter of us spacing the floor correctly, making shots. And, so we'll be ready for that.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, everybody.